Auzubillahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Your host Arif Jahangir is here again with the community talks. You know that this 2020 we started two important topics and we added in the community talk. One is the journey of the democracy in the Muslim countries, and you watch all the 3 episodes of that one. And from today we are starting another good title, and it's called the International Affairs. In the International Affairs today, I want to bring a very important issue regarding one of the largest population, one of the largest country, and one of the largest democracy in the world, named India. India today is in unrest. What's going on there? There is an amendment in the act is called CAA, Citizen Amendment Act. And there is another thing is called NRC, National Registry Citizenship. Those two things having an issue with the people of India. And India is divided into 2 halves. One who are supporting this bill, and one those who are not supporting this bill. I have invited a very distinguished guest in my studio to talk on this important topic. Devanshu Narang is a very famous journalist and writing an article in the Times of India. Welcome to our studio.
Thank you, sir.
And I have also Naila Saeed. Naila Saeed is ex-president of Aligarh Muslim University Women's Wing, and also she is the president, joint secretary of Canadian Council of Indian Muslims nowadays, and serving that. And I have very famous, our Peel region, social activists and political activities, and people watch you as well in our other program as well. Jotvinder, Sodhi. Thank you for giving me the time here.
Thank you for inviting us.
So, Devanshu Saab, before I go to start with you and ask you questions, let's watch a video that I collected some of the information about this one, so our viewers know that what we are going to talk today. Sure. Let's watch the video.
Whoever does not agree with the government, they will impose 140, they will tell you urban Naxal, they will tell you anti-national, they can brand you anyway, but we are going to defy it. We will oppose it with tooth and nail. They cannot do it. We are the citizens of this country and we will fight for it. We will fight.
समर्थन ये CAA के समर्थन में है, और जिस तरह से पूरे देश में अनिश्चितता पैदा की जा रही है वो नाकाबिले बर्दाश्त है। बताइए, इस बिल में कहां हमारे भारतीयों के लिए कुछ है? ये जानबूझकर कुचक रची जा रही है, ये बर्दाश्त नहीं हो।
We're here because this is in complete violation of the Constitution of India.
Implementing the CAA or NRC, the government has created a humanitarian crisis.
I'm here because I don't agree with this authoritarianism.
I'm here is because of the brutality they have made it out to Jamia students.
You will first be made a non-citizen by the NRC, and then you will have to take the route of CAA to again become the citizen. So despite this being our land, this being our motherland, we'll have to prove ourselves that our ancestors, our forefathers have been staying here for enough time.
नागरिकता बिल संशोधन जैसे धर्म के आधार पर जो इस बिल को पास किया, ये काला कानून है,
and we are against it. We are all Indian. We have shared memories, shared culture, everything.
विरोध इसलिए कर रहे हैं कि आज तो किसी को दिख नहीं रहा है, कल को यही सरकार ये कहेगी तुम यहाँ नहीं रहोगे, तुम यहाँ नहीं हो, तुम्हारा ये बिल नहीं है, तुम यहाँ के नागरिक नहीं हो। अभी से नहीं विरोध करेंगे तो आगे क्या होगा?
नागरिकता का प्रमाण देना पड़ रहा है कि हम नागरिक हैं। इसी नागरिकता के बोर्ड से ये मोदी सरकार आई है, लेकिन अब
important thing which I want to discuss with you, because you are the citizen of India as well as living long time in Canada as well. So what's going on in India overall?
Well, there are forces working to try and divide the nation, and it has been going on for decades. And the French was always a French for a long time. But unfortunately, in the last 20-25 years, the French has started playing an active role in Indian politics, and that is what is its nefarious designs have worked and brought India to a situation when we are losing the secular fabric of our country. And that is what worries us. I am not a citizen of India anymore. I'm a Canadian citizen. But
oh yes, you have to.
I'm a Canadian citizen now. I've been here for 10 years.
Yes.
But what happens, India lives in our heart, and what happens there affects us.
Definitely.
And I'd like to, before I talk about the specific issue, the people who talk about Gita and Quran and Bible and all that, I don't think they read those also.
Okay.
It is basically being used as a document to generate hate.
Sometimes we exploit as well.
Yeah, so I think I'll start with Gita, and the first shlok of Gita is when the blind king, Dhritarashtra, asks the person who's reciting the Gita, the events to him, Sanjay, and he asks him, Dharma Kshetre, Kurukshetre, Samveta, Yuyutsava, Mamaka, Pandavascharyam, Kim Kurvat Sanjay. What it means is, ki, oh Sanjay, please tell me that in the Dharma Kshetra, in the battle of Dharma, or in the battle of the religious place of Kurukshetra, what is happening? How are Mamaka, how are my people fighting against the Pandavas?
Okay.
And what is happening there? Now that is unfortunately the reality of India today.
Okay.
Mamaka, Dhritarashtra, the king, is the father and the elder father for both Kauravas and Pandavas. They are all a part of the family.
Yes.
Of the Kuru family.
Yes.
But in his mind, the blind king has just made two separate people, the Kauravas and Pandavas.
Okay.
And he considers the Pandavas as enemies.
Okay.
Today, a blind king has divided India into two parts, and he considers ex-community or ex-community members as enemy. That is what we are fighting against. We all are one. There is no enemy.
Well said, Devanshu. And before I go to the Naila, I want Jotvinder, what you're seeing overall?
It's an unrest. I think it's a deviating from the real issues of India.
Okay.
Demonetization happens, and people, and also then they add the taxes to GDP, additional taxes. Employment rate is low. GDP is, today's numbers are 4.5. It's below 5 now. So these are the real issues of India. When there is unemployed youth, they are looking for jobs, and inflation is high. There are other problems, infrastructure, so many other things. So instead of focusing on improving the India in the right direction, as one of the biggest democratic country,
No doubt
and
about
the beauty of India is diversity and unity. There is a unity in diversity.
Yes, I'm surprised.
We live together here in Canada, and we never have an issue with the Pakistani friends. We never have an issue with the other nationalities, and we all live together: Hindus, Sikhs, Muslims, and Christians. What is the problem there? And there shouldn't be any problem.
You're absolutely right.
If we're not stepping on each other's religious values, and if we respect each other as a human being first, humanity first.
Yes, exactly.
So those are the lacking things I see is certain forces are trying to create an unrest and division. Division is not created by the people who are on the roads, on the streets. It's the government who should be looking at developing the country, utilizing the resources, especially youth power, in the right direction. If we are not giving them a direction, that's the father in the family has a role to play, positive role. We always advise our children, we are always advise continuously refacing them.
Let's take the Naila, because the issue is not only these particular issues, right? I think the issue is far deep inside. If you see after Babri Mosque, right, and things are going against, especially the specific minority, right? And Babri Mosque demolition take place, and after BJP government 2014, and since now till now, mob lynching, cow slaughter issue, Muslim personal law, they all are challenged, and Muslims are under threat. So how you see overall the future of Muslim in India?
We can't describe in a better way, as Devanshu ji has just told us, like how the blind king has been divided its own citizens, its own people into different groups without realizing that those people belongs to him. So it can't be a better description than that. And as he said, like, we have other issues in India going on. So we have we have gone through the demonetization. We have gone a lot of the other current issues that's not been addressed currently. The unemployment, the security issues, the girl security issues. They are where the economy is going. And as you have said that since the Babri Masjid, we have been on a high track and we have been targeted, the minorities have been targeted. There are different issues in the country that's been continuously on a race, and after the mob lynching came, and then we have been, there have been a lot of other issues that's been there.
Yes.
And right now, it's, as rightly said, that it's a nail in the coffin. So they have gone to their extreme. The CAA is right now, they're trying to implement. So CAA pertains to illegal migrants.
Okay.
So under the Indian law, the illegal migrants are not allowed to be a Indian citizen.
Okay.
They are not allowed to get the citizenship of India. So CAA is to protect the victims of religious persecutions.
Okay.
The victims of religious persecutions will be entitled to get the citizenship. They will be eligible to get the Indian citizenship as soon as they prove their persecution, their religious persecution. I don't know how they're going to prove it. They have been living in decades, and that's another question big, that there's no such details have been given to us. There's nothing in there that how they're going to prove those things. So that's a big question mark in there. So the CA itself is discriminatory. It's irrational. It is unconstitutional. It is, as rightly said by Devanshu, it is really against the very secular fabric of India.
So that will be the challenge, actually. That's the challenge India has, actually, that the secular fabric of the India, and the preamble is written that, in the preamble it is written that the India is a secular country, is challenging now. And the majority of the peoples are challenging, is not minority. Devanshu Saab, what is NRC and how the things are going in India?
Yeah, and see, the thing is that when there are two aspects, there are two specific issues which we are dealing with.
Okay.
The first issue is CAA. CAA is about the Citizenship Amendment Act, which talks about the illegal immigrants. And the word illegal immigrant, we have to understand, that never existed in the Indian laws. It was added in 2003 by the Vajpayee government, again the BJP government. They added the word in the 2003 amendment of the Indian Citizenship Act of 1955 and added the word illegal. And the basic ploy was to make it work against the minorities.
Minorities, yes.
It was very clear. Their intention.
Yeah.
You see, you have to, जो चेहरा आप दिखाते हैं और जो कहना चाहते हैं, उसमें थोड़ा अंतर हो जाता है political space.
Exactly.
So that's exactly what they were doing. So they created this thing, and then they tried for Citizenship Amendment Act since 2016 when BJP came to power, and they could not get it passed in the upper house. This time, with full majority in both the houses, they got it passed. CAA, as many people, as they are trying to project to the world.
But one question is, NRC, I heard that the implementation is, NRC is actually...
and then Pandit Nehru realized that this is not going to work in a country where people fight for their daily bread also. They can't, where do they get the documents?
Literacy rate is low, the people are living in the villages.
So they abandoned the whole process.
Okay.
BJP realized that this is a great ploy to divide the nation. So they brought, prior to BJP, the Assam Gana Parishad, there was a party in the Assam. They wanted to use the concept of illegal immigrants to try and gain a political hold. So they used that as a ploy to gain hold in Assam. That is why this became a major issue in Assam. And that is how over the years BJP also utilized that thing. And then they got it got it done through the Supreme Court in 2013 and 2014 that NRC has to be implemented in Assam, and that's how. And then they made it as an election part that once they come in power, they will ensure that the NRC is implemented in Assam, which is what they did. And out of 33 million population of Assam, 1.9 million have been declared illegal immigrants. 1.9 million.
In the first
in
list,
just
in the first list in 2017, 1 crore people are declared.
Yeah, and then they revised it.
Then revised in 40 lakh, and then now is recent is 1.9.
1.9 million.
Yes, you're
For
absolutely.
the shocking, it came majority came under the non-Muslims.
This question I asked actually one of our fellow that I trying to understand that why it's 1 crore, then 40 lakh, and then so he explained me very nicely actually, and I really buy the idea, right? I say, okay, yes, this may be gonna happen. He said that your name is what? I say my name is Muhammad Arif Jahangiri. Okay, so how you write your name? I say how you write your Muhammad? I say I sometime write with O, I some write with U, and sometime I ended with ED, and sometime I write it with AD, and people sometime write. So in my all the cards here. In my you will find a different Muhammad in the passport, in here and everywhere. So he said that's the issue. That's the issue. How they find out 1 crore people don't have the documents. Because they show the document, they say, oh, your name is here, this name is here. It's not about only Muhammad. There are several names in the Hindu as well, Hindus as well, that which having the issues as well, right? So let's come back to the Assam, because Assam is a point where this studies actually is going on, right, for many years, because they are trying to implement first in the Assam, and now they want to implement everywhere as well. So the trigger is happen. Maybe the CAA passed, people don't know about it, but the triggers happen when Mr. Amit Shah say in the parliament that the chronologically that first the CAA and then the NRC will be implemented.
Exactly.
So that will actually spark the whole issue. So let's watch what Mr. Amit Shah say.
आप क्रोनोलॉजी समझ लीजिए, पहले सीए भी आने जा रहा है, सीए भी आने के बाद एनआरसी आएगा, और एनआरसी सिर्फ बंगाल के लिए नहीं आएगा, पूरे देश के लिए आएगा. आप क्रोनोलॉजी समझ लीजिए, पहले सीए भी आने जा रहा है, सीए भी आने के बाद एनआरसी आएगा.
So is very clear from the minister, right? Is one of the prominent member of the BJP, right? Is a very powerful person in the BJP government, right? And he's very clarified. He's very straight. I like him on the one way that is very straightforward and very open. He don't hide sometimes many things. He just say whatever he want to say. So he say that it's coming. It's not only for the Assam, it's for whole country.
I think that was the mistake on his part, that he undeliberately he mentioned it. I think he didn't mean to, but that came out, and that's the spark.
So Devanshu sir, so BJP is very clear on his agenda.
They have been clear, not right now. They have been clear from 1923.
Okay.
This is from the day Savarkar thought about Hindutva and differentiated it from Hinduism.
Okay.
The concept of Hindutva, the concept of Hindu Rashtra has existed in their minds for the last almost 100 years.
Okay.
So they have been very clear. They've got the opportunity now. And understand what he's saying. CAA is not about Indian citizens. It's about people who are coming from outside. Being given Indian citizenship on the basis of religion, in which they differentiate and disallow that for Muslims.
Yes.
CAA is unconstitutional.
Okay.
It is against the very fabric of India, very preamble, very constitution of India. They say they will first implement CAA. They will first they don't worry about the constitution made by Pandit Nehru or anybody in they will first dismantle the constitution of India, and then they will go and implement the NRC.
Okay.
So the basic thing is they are already telling Indians that your constitution, your secular values, first we are going to crush that, and then we will implement the concept of Hindu Rashtra without fear. That is what we are against.
The Constitution of India makes it very clear that there is no criteria of religion in terms of getting the citizenship.
Okay.
So religion should not be a criteria for citizenship. So they're going totally against the citizenship. The Citizenship Act is totally against our constitution. It's against our secular fiber. So it's against the people of India. It's against the country.
Okay. So that's
and one second, sir. The Constitution of India is not made by the Constituent Assembly.
Yeah.
The preamble talks, "We the people of India." It is from the people of India.
Okay.
The preamble states, "We the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular democratic republic, and to secure to us all its citizens justice, social, economical, and political." The second part is important: liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship.
And I think these are really the standards which is set by very thoughtful peoples, right?
Absolutely.
They are very thoughtful people. They are they are very deeply thoughts, because they know that India has a lot of diversity, lot of religions.
You see, you have to.
We have languages, culture, customs, and this diversity only can be united when these have to be followed.
You have to understand the birth of India and Pakistan.
Yeah.
Pakistan was when
on religion.
On religion.
Yes,
It was
based on
clearly
religion.
designated
No doubt about it.
that it is going to be a Muslim country, Islamic
Exactly.
country.
Yeah.
India at that point thought about it, and they deliberately said, India is for Indians. India is not going to be talking about religion, it's going to be secular.
Yes.
And this is how it will be.
Gandhi Sahib is very clear on that.
India was established on the secular democracy.
Yes, exactly.
So that's the principle, that's the core principle of India, that is based on secularism.
Now, if this does not happen, then in Punjab there are a lot of population of Sikh. Yes. In Bengal there are a lot of Jain, there are a lot Buddhist, there are many other religions are there too. If that was not the issue, then everybody say that, oh, we are independent.
We're independent.
They will announce the independence. So in Pakistan is 95% Muslims are living there. That's why maybe and the Lama Iqbal two-nation theory, on the basis of that one, is divided. So India is not on the basis of that one. That's why I'm saying that it's very important to understand the people of India.
For 2,000 years,
yes,
India was never a Hindu. There was never a Hinduism.
That's very
The
true.
name of India was Hindustan. Hindu came from, because it was actually in Sanskrit that is called Sindh. Sindhu. Okay. So in Sanskrit we have Sindhu, and the Arab people could not pronounce S, so they said Hindu.
Okay. Now
So the Sindhu became Hindu.
Okay.
So the people who lived on the other side of Sindhu River or the Indus River were called Sindhus or Hindus, they said. That's how the name emerged. It had nothing to do
with the religion. Oh, that's a good thing.
Taken over. It's taken over.
Yes.
Sir, Hindu was never a Supreme Court in 1976, and the judgment clearly said Hinduism is a way of life. It is a thought process. It includes people who believe in God, people who believe in idol worship, people who believe in one God, people who are atheists. It's a way of life.
Okay.
It included Jains, Sikhs, everybody.
Everybody. That's okay.
So, but Hindu as such was not a religion. Hindu was a person who lived on this side of Sindh River, Hind River or Indus River.
Okay.
That has been there for 2,000 years. Now you have to differentiate between the new understanding of Hinduism and the Hindutva, which RSS talks about.
Okay.
Hindutva is being proud of being proud of a specific religion, of ensuring that the majoritism exists and of specific religion rules, and the minorities follow that. We are against that. We believe Hindustan should remain a place where everybody is welcome, like it has been there for 2,500 years. In 250 BC, Ashoka wrote on his stupa, which is basically the chakra is part of the Indian flag also, that we respect all religions.
Okay.
They had Buddhism at that time. We will respect and honor all religions. And the state is not going to interfere in the religion of the people. The state is going to consider everybody as equal. That is the India that has been living for 2,500 years, and we cannot change it now.
Jotvinder, last word before I go to the break.
I was wondering, what is the contribution of RSS in Indian freedom? The percentage.
Okay.
Today you're claiming that this is our country. Anybody speaks out, this is what bothers me, the word, is anybody speaks out their mind on right manner, they are anti-national. Who is someone else to decide whether I'm anti-national or I'm a nationalist?
Okay.
Who will challenge my nationality? This is
BJP is challenging your
no,
nationality.
but it's RSS. That's it's very, very well defined. The point is, when even today, who's on the borders?
Okay.
You are not on the borders. It's my country. Go on the border, fight and protect the boundaries of the country. Don't divide. This is my theory.
Okay, let's take a break. And when we come back from the break, viewers, I will tell you that what's going on in the Assam, about their detention centers, why the students are beaten in the Jamias, why the whole India and the students are coming out against this CAA. We have to talk about it after the break. Take a break. So viewers, you are watching before the break that we are asking a very important questions, and we tell you that what's going on in the Assam. Before I ask Devanshu and Naila and Jotvinder that what's going on in the Assam, I want to give you some information that is very important what's going on. In 2017, this process, the first list was actually issued, and is about 1 crore pupils are not the part of the NRC in the list. They are not citizen, right? So then the second list will come in 2018, and 40 lakh people this time to 60 lakh people, thanks to the God, they are become the national, become the citizen, and they have the NRC registration already done for them. So 60 lakh people are happy, right? And then in 2019, now out of 40 lakhs, only 19 lakhs, 1.9 million people left behind. So still, but when this 1 crore people are, then the media starts shouting that they are 1 crore ghuspaitiye, what you call illegal immigrants are there, right? And then 40 lakhs they again start shouting it's 40 lakh ghuspaitiye Assam ke andar hai, right? And then 1.9 million they say the same thing. So still 19 lakh is a big number. It's not a small number. So they have media and everybody is worried that this 1.9 million pupils are actually coming from somewhere else and creating the disturbance in Assam, and that's they are thinking. What do you think, Devanshu Sal?
First of all, please do not talk about Indian media.
Okay.
Indian media is totally and totally sold. When it was asked to accept them, they bend over their knees in front of Mr. Modi.
Okay.
So Indian media, whatever they say is unbelievable. Number
It's
one.
bias. You can say
It's
bias.
Not bias.
bias.
It's
Not
not.
even-
I use
They're not
I
even
echo it.
projecting
One-sided,
the real
one-sided.
issues.
Yeah. So let's not go by that. Secondly,
Not even
sold.
one-sided. They are not even
completely
projecting those issues.
Secondly, the words being used to describe these people who have been citizens and residents for years, donkey's years, is something which is unbelievable. Amit Shah calls them termites.
Okay.
To be removed. Dimak jisko nikalenge.
Wow.
Can you believe for humans? They respect a cow and they slaughter a human in the name of religion. This is what India has become. And this is not acceptable. 1.9 million, 19 lakhs people. Even one person is important.
Yes.
These people are not illegal immigrants. The President of India, his family has been declared illegal immigrant. The ex-president
Yes,
of India.
Fakhruddin.
Yeah.
His
Fakhruddin, yes.
family.
His whole family. His whole
His whole
family.
family.
And
Imagine
even just 3 days back, they were again declared illegal immigrants. There are people who have served as colonel and as officers in Indian Army who have been declared illegal immigrants.
That's very true.
Okay, this is basically a way to ensure. Unfortunately, I feel sad in saying this, but this was basically ensured to put Muslims behind bars.
Okay.
This was basically it. And what I'm worried about is that when they talk about NRC and NPR for the entire
And that was the
country,
agenda in Assam, but
I have nothing against NPR because I can explain what NPR is about. But the intentions, what BJP has shown, is very clear that NPR and NRC is going to will be used
as a tool
to go after the Muslim community right now, and then maybe later some other religion, be it Christians, be it Sikhs, be it Buddhists, whosoever does not follow the Hindutva way of thinking. That is what we have to understand.
So, when the
Naila,
dignitaries people...
I have a question because I know that what's Fakhruddin, he bring a very good point. He was the ex-minister, president of the country, president of the country,
position.
right?
So now you can imagine.
Yes. So his family don't have the listed in that list. Okay. So, but I see there are a lot of Hindus' name is there because out of this 1.9 million, 14 lakhs are Hindus and only 4 lakhs are Muslims.
And that's that's the issue. Because of that, why they have to amend the CAA.
Okay.
That was the root cause of this, because that's made them that now how they are going to show their faces to their voters.
Okay.
What they are going to answer them. They are their vote banks. So now they thought of amending the CAA on the basis of religious. Okay, let's get them on the other side. Let's get them from the other doors, back doors. Let them open some doors for them so we can let them come inside. We can have a CAA on the basis of religion, have the migrants. The illegal migrants can be the Hindus, they can be Christians, they can be Sikhs, other than the Muslims. We can have and let them come inside from the back doors, and that's where the root cause was, and that's what led to a CAA amendment on the religious lines.
So Jotvinder, I have to ask Jotvinder. Jotvinder, I saw that after Babri Mosque, that demolition, Muslims are getting very low. Their motivate, their energy, I saw, were getting very low. And I don't see really any matters. Specifically, I don't want to consider Hyderabad only, because Hyderabad is a different place, right? But I'm talking about the whole country, like UP, like Bengal, everywhere, right? Muslims are very low. Where Muslims are even not demonstrating anything, and their energies looks like sacked by somebody, right? But on this issue, very first time I saw that the young generation is coming out and give their lives actually. How you see that change?
That's what I see it. You know what? The youth educated and they understand. When someone is leading us with the lack of knowledge and education, that's what sometimes comes out, these kind of issues. The youth understand humanity first. They clearly indicate we are here protesting. A lot of students you see on the TV every day, you see it. They say we are here because we are humans. We respect fellow humans. The humanity is going away today. This is a major issue. That's what I see it. As a human, if somebody did a criminal activity, you treat that as a criminal, not attached to their race or religion.
So let's go ask this Naila, because you are the student leader as well from the Aligarh Muslim University, and this time Jamia and Aligarh put a lot of student efforts are there. It's not only Muslims are there. There are a lot of all the students studying in Jamia Millia and the Aligarh, and they sacrifice their life too, and they are very brutally beaten, because we see some of the pictures as well.
What had happened? It's not happened in the history of India. And definitely, as mentioned, that when the dignitaries, families of dignitaries are not able to show their documents, how you can expect the people on the road, on the footpaths, on those kind of people, the poor people who are going to suffer, how you expect them to show the documents to prove their, and as Amit Shah said, that our ID cards, the Aadhaar card, the voter banks, your list on the voter cards will not be eligible for the citizenship.
So let's stop here, because I have that video. I want to run that video.
Sure.
Can you run that video, please?
आधार, ये वोटर कार्ड और ये जितने तमाम डॉक्यूमेंट होते हैं, ये क्या आपको अपने नागरिक का पहचान नहीं देते?
ना जी, ये नहीं है। इससे नागरिकता तय नहीं होती है। और आधार से तो जरा भी नहीं।
So दिवांशु साहब, अमित शाह तो कह रहे हैं कि जी आधार कार्ड, कोई और भी राशन कार्ड, कोई भी चीज नहीं चलेगा. Nothing will be work for anymore. Only NRC and CAA will be work. कैसे देख रहे हैं?
So it's like India is obviously going to become the first country in the world which says that its passport is not a proof of citizenship. You have to get a passport to pretend to say that you are a citizen of India.
Exactly.
Aadhaar card, which was considered, and no PAN cards and Aadhaar cards were considered as a basis of citizenship or your residency in India, that is also going to be accepted. I don't know kya leke aayenge.
But sorry, adding up, they don't trust their own system, their own documentation which was created. It's unfortunate. I consider this as very unfortunate that where we are leading, that our roots are there, our families are there. We would like this India to grow. We would like to see them growing. We would like to see them shining. Things are not happening.
If it was not tragic, it is really comic what he's saying. But unfortunately, I have seen in the past that BJP leaders, with their comic comments,
they
make it tragic.
Exactly.
You can laugh at them. We have laughed at these people for donkey's years, and now they are laughing at all of us. They have made a fool of this nation, and that is why the great thing this time is that the youth has risen.
That's what I'm saying. That's what my hope is there.
This revolution is about the youth. The youth led the Arab Spring, and they changed the world. The youth of India is rising, and they will stand for all of us, and we support them completely.
It's not only in India. I'm telling you, in Pakistan also, I see a lot of hopes, and because they are not biased. Number one, they want peace and they want to grow. And in South Asia, really need to grow. Come out from this, all these shit what we did throughout the many years, that we have to come out. So Naila, tell me that detention centers, right? Because there is another area that those who don't have they are not proved themselves, they are the citizen of the India. So they are sent to the detention center, and already this is implemented in Assam. Again, Assam is a what you call is examination hall for us, lab for us to test it, those things, right? Test labs, and the issue was actually erupted and highlighted when one of the 65 years old Dulal Chandra, he was died in that detention center, and the thing is that his all son have the nationality and he don't have. So that's where the problem arises, and I think that's the first time then in the media has come out that Mr. Dulal Chandra and their families actually refused to take his dead body as well. So that's the sorrow part, and there are many other cases I can say that.
There was an answer there, how the human race is going to finish. The basis of that will be the stupidity and greed. And in India, we have both. You can see the example of the stupidity that we are seeing right now in the current scenarios. And what's happening in Assam is very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate, heartbreaking when you see those people who have been given their lives to India, who has been generations and generations living in India. Now they're not able to prove themselves, and not even that old person that died, there are others along with them, 28 people in the detention centers, and every day the situation is deteriorating. It's been getting worse to worse. So it's an eye-opener for us, for the whole India, to stand with us, with the students, with each other, against this brutality, against this injustice, against the unconstitutional act. We have to all stand against it.
Jotvinder, you want to add? Then I come to the Mr. Devanshu.
Same time,
a very important question.
Constitution is like they have elections for MPs, MPPs, and so on and so far in a democratic country, one of the biggest democracy. Who elected this government? Now they have to prove themselves we are the citizens. This is an unfortunate part.
They've taken the
vote. You finished?
Yes,
go ahead.
Yes.
So Devanshu, one of the important thing is that, I feel that Congress is run the whole independence movement and win a country for the people of India, right? And as the time passes out, Congress getting weaker. That's one of the reasons that the ideology of secularism and people together, that weakness is actually bring the BJP. Do you think that this
You see, there is a context to that we have to understand. First of all, Indian National Congress was a movement.
Okay.
It was not a political party.
Exactly.
As I was told Naila earlier also, my grandfather was the president of Lahore Congress.
Okay.
And after independence, there were 4 brothers, and then they left. He died at the time of partition. But the other brothers, they left Congress right away. They were offered ministership. They said, no, this is not a political party. This is a freedoms movement. So we are part of that. Now that freedom is there, we have to go back to our lives.
Exactly.
But then obviously certain politicians and certain people had to lead, and they continued with that.
That's true.
The bane of South Asia, corruption got into Congress and into many parties.
Okay.
And that is how Congress got a bad name.
Okay.
And it had spread. And then, of course, the rest is history. There were dictatorial tendencies of Indira Gandhi also, when she talked about emergency.
Family is running the whole business here.
And then, you see, you have to understand fine. BJP and RSS, more than BJP, RSS was a fringe. It remained a fringe, even in the minds of people. Unfortunately, and I would say that Indian Muslims are also to blame for that. Okay. And in fact, our politicians, and you see, when a community grows, when everybody grows, and I have all respect for everybody, as you would have seen by now, but you see, you have to evolve, the nation has to evolve in actual secularism.
Exactly.
We have come to Canada, we have adopted the secularism of this country.
Exactly.
We have followed, there is a uniform civil code, we follow that, we do not have separate Muslim laws or Hindu laws, we follow the Canadian laws. And that is how a modern country should be. When we come to this country and accept what is there in this country, when a country modernizes, we should accept that. Hinduism had many wrong things like sati, like widow, no marriage.
They are minimized at the time.
But they revised. And that was allowed by the Constitution.
Yes.
But when it came to Muslims, unfortunately, to ensure that they have a certain vote bank politics, the vote bank politics, Congress, unfortunately, I would say, they thought that by keeping a separate Muslim law, or what they did in the Shah Bano case when in 1986, when they went against the judgment of Supreme Court, a just cause of a lady, they went against just to, let's say, suck up to those men in power and Muslim parties. That is what made general public feel that they have to get rid of this secularism is about religion, the state not interfering in religion. In South Asia, and especially like in a country like India, they think that, throwing largesse to people is about secularism. That definition should have changed long back. And BJP used that to gain the confidence of so-called Hindus that this party, Congress, is against Muslims. This was not against Muslims. Congress was a party of all. But when you put, and especially in your WhatsApp groups and your social media campaigns, and you poison the minds that this is a Muslim party. They call Rahul, the easiest thing is, jo bhi hai, bhaiya ye Pakistan hai. I wear those labels, anti-national, lip-turd, all those secular, with pride today. Because that means that I'm standing up for India. They put all those labels on these people who talked about secularism. Secularism became a bad word, a 4-letter word in India, which is what we are fighting against. I feel secularism, we should accept secularism as it is there in a country like Canada. And the state should be away from religion. And once you do that...
Yes, state should be away from the religion. That's very important.
When they built Somnath Temple in 1951,
yes,
unfortunately, they laid the foundation of the dream of Babri of Ram Temple on that very day.
Okay.
The state should have stayed away. And when Babri Masjid was demolished in 1992, and for 27 years, not even a single perpetuator has been put behind bar.
They are all released now.
That speaks volumes.
Yes.
That speaks volumes of how the state is controlling the narrative.
So Babri Masjid, Godhra Kand, Muzaffarnagar, you name it, like one after the other.
There was a genocide in 2002 in Godhra. It is genocide, and mark my words, like the Sikh riots, which was actually a genocide. 1984 was 83 was a genocide. This 2002 was also a genocide, and that person has become the Prime Minister of the country. Now, unfortunately, what do you expect?
But that's the that's the reality of today's world, right? Because it's not only in India.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's
Yeah.
not happening in India only. It's throughout the world. The extreme right forces are getting stronger, and the secular and the liberal forces are getting weaker. If you see in Canada, yes, also, maybe still we have a liberal government, but you don't know how far. You see in United States of America, conservatives are there. You see in UK, United Kingdom, you find so extreme right forces are actually getting power, and this looks like to me this couple of decades is the decade of the conservative forces. It looks like to me, and that's why they want to gain as much ground as they can to achieve their dream goals. That's what I see in India is happening. And if you want to add few last word, Naila?
No, I agree with Devanshu that it's lack on our part as well. Being Indian Muslims, like we lack the leadership in the community. We never had a proper leaders in the community to guide the community, to take it to the right direction. They have not been taken and they have not been properly guided. So that was very unfortunate for Indian Muslims that we were not able to get the right leaders in the communities to guide the community.
Jotvinder, you want to add?
It's a short-sighted leadership. They actually, leaders are there. We follow certain, in every religion, we follow certain religious and political, but unfortunately, they were there for own political gains. They were there for their own wills and their wishes. So I would say, they redirect or they misuse the power behind them. All these are our people, they will vote you. So they look for their benefits. This is unfortunate part. That's why youth coming in, irrespective of Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Christian, doesn't matter. They consider humans first. Until we consider humans first, we will have these kind of problems anywhere in the world, and it's happening in India today.
Arif, I want to add.
Yes, you have to say the last one. That's why I'm coming back to you. So what's the message you want to give the people of India and the community living in Canada as well?
I think there are 2-3 messages I want to focus on. First, BJP has gone on the back foot because they forgot one narrative, and that is the social media. The power of social media was forgotten. And today social media is enabling the youth and everybody to communicate and transfer news from one place to another. They are losing this battle. We have gained a strong momentum. The youth have led us, and we have gained a strong momentum, and we will continue this battle, which is not a short-term one, which is going to be a long-term, with the help of youth, with the help of our passions, and with social media. Number one. Number two, I believe that the North values in humans always stay North. Let hate try as much, but the North values, the positive values, humanity, love, peace, acceptance. Vasudev Kutumbakam, as we say, those North values will live and will win over. We have proved that we fought those forces in Canada and we won over them. And in God willing, we will win over them every time. Let this phase pass. I think we have a struggle. Maybe it may be for my lifetime, I don't care. But let the passions be strong, and we can bring sanity back to the world, not just India.
Thank you, Devanshu Saab and Naila and Jotvinder Sodhi. You put up very important points on this important discussions, and I hope that I will get some of the good information for the people as well, those who are watching our programs. And once again, thank you for coming for the Toronto 360 studio. So, Nazreen, we talk about this CAA and NRC issue, and this issue is not going to change in a day, in a overnight. People are fighting, people are struggling, people are trying their best to make it happen. One of the poet, I don't know his name, but he wrote it very rightly, that शहर का सूरज गवाही देगा कि जब अंधेरों की कोख में से निकलने वाले ये सोचते थे कि कोई जुगनू नहीं बचा है तो हम खड़े थे. There are few peoples who are always standing. Arif Jahangiri will come back next week with the new topic and the new subject. Until that, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.